We are another edition of the Brain Picker podcast with my amazing co-host Donnie Wiggins. I'm her amazing co-host David Shands. We coach people. You know what, Donnie? Everybody I talk to, they say, "Yo, I want to do this," because they're like, "Yo, it's just the most amazing idea," and they're telling me to my face, "This is gonna take my
Yeah.
idea."
Oh, you mean take the idea? I thought you meant they want to be on the podcast.
Nope, let's fight them.
We will jump them. I am a work in progress, but we are still in progress. That's the part that's very, very important to put some emphasis on.
Absolutely.
Do you know that I was at a funeral a few weeks ago, and someone, a high-level entrepreneur, came up to me right after the funeral and said, "I am getting on the Brain Picker podcast."
Oh, high-level entrepreneur.
High level. You know Brian Bean.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's killing it. And
High
that's
level.
why, you know what? That's why he's high level, because he understands the importance of continuing to grow and what we're doing here.
Yeah. When he said it, I was so taken aback. Not only were we at a funeral, but you know what? Let me talk like this, because I be watching the playback and you be talking like this, and then I come out like this, and I just be, so I'm just talking.
Yeah. And first off, y'all is definitely handling business at a funeral. But
we were.
I'm not here to judge y'all, okay?
Not only were we at a funeral, this was one of his best friends, and he spoke. He delivered the main message.
Oh wow!
At the funeral, not the eulogy, but he delivered like the message from his close friends and family. He was the voice for that. And after the funeral, he's like, "Donnie, yo, I'm doing the Brain Picker podcast with you and Dave."
Why is he so hype at a funeral?
Look at me. I was like, okay.
That's my boy. I'm not judging nobody. Listen, Donnie, let's get started, man. You ready? You ready to work? Can we do some work around here?
If you guys are on Instagram, I am going to be cutting this off. So come over to YouTube, search us at David Never Sleeps. We've got an amazing entrepreneur who we are about to go into session with right now.
Right now. All right. So another episode of the Brain Picker Podcast. You too can be on the Brain Picker Podcast. You just got to go to brainpickerpodcast.com and you too can have your session. But without any further ado, we got another amazing entrepreneur that's doing some amazing things that just needs a little bit of help to get to that next level. And we are now going to introduce Patrice. What's happening?
Hey, hi.
How are you?
Hey,
Hey guys, I'm great. I'm like, yo, am I really here right now? Let's get it. I'm great though.
We're so
you are really here. Yeah. You are really here. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Sure. So I am Patrice Camo, and I am the owner of Camp Space. So Camp Space is a brick and mortar studio that entrepreneurs rent out hourly to entrepreneurs and content creators and production teams, actually rent out hourly to shoot all of their content. That's photos, that's videos, that's webinars, that's reels, that's things like this that we're doing right now. The space is beautifully decorated. You get it. You get the full access to the space on your own. It's affordable, it's private, it's clean. And I opened it because there was just nothing like it. I'm right outside of Washington, D.C. And anytime I wanted to create content, have a meeting, do anything, I would have to go into the city. Mm-hmm. We're fighting traffic. We're paying, parking toll, all the things. And I said, we need something like that for people like me, moms who, have kids and have people who have spouses and actually have lives. But still have these passions that they want to build. And so that is what camp is. And we're actually here right now. And we've been around for almost 4 years, but we got to level up. We need to, we got to kick things up a notch.
Definitely time to level up. Can you walk us through? Can we see it? You want to see it real quick, Donnie?
Yeah, I want to see it, but tell it, did I miss you say where you guys are located?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So we are in Hyattsville, Maryland. 5 minutes from Washington, D.C.
All right, let's get it. This is right. Listen, let me just warn you that David is about to have a field day with this episode. Sometimes on the Brain Picker podcast, you guys, there are clear episodes that are my lane, and then there's clear episodes that are David's lane, and he's about to go ham on this episode. So I'm logging off of Instagram real quick. You guys come and join us on YouTube at David Never Sleeps. Let me get you guys out of here. And Patrice, walk us around, show us around.
Sure. So this is the greenery wall. People love this. It just, gives entrepreneurs and creators just a really beautiful background. But the space, as you can see, we have a full kitchen. It's very gender neutral. So really anybody can create here. You can move the furniture around. It comes with it. You can use it. You can bring your own. Like you really can make it your own space. We keep it nice. We keep it freshly painted. Everything that you see comes with it when you book it for your time. It has a conference room where we have, some lighting things that you can use for your shoots. Like I said, there's a full kitchen, stainless steel. We have a ton of food bloggers who use this. We have chefs that are creating cookbooks and they're shooting all their content here. We also have a podcast studio because the space can be rented hourly for podcasters as well. I also have a podcast, so I record my podcast here too. Have a beautiful bathroom for beauty bloggers, businesses that, are beauty based. They can create a lot of different things in here. And then we also have a beautiful backyard that comes with it. So when you book the space for however much time you need, you get everything. Like you get from the front door all the way to the back.
Okay. So they have a lot of options.
Tons of options. We've had so many people shoot here and literally get all the photos that they need for their website, like all the content that they need for their social media. Like you can do it here. And, if you don't have a photographer, that's fine. You can honestly, because we have such great lighting, you can use your cell phone. I mean, you can really make it work here.
I love it. First off, shouts out to our apparent sponsor, M500, the greatest marketer of our time. For the super chat, we appreciate that, brother. Okay, you have a creative space. People use your space to do content. Chefs use your space to cook in photography, videography. The first thing I want to ask is, who gives you the most money?
The most money are small business owners who are building a passion project, right? So the majority of them are people who are working a 9-to-5 and they have something else that they want to do, right? So maybe they're bakers, maybe they're life coaches, maybe they're yoga teachers. And so while they have this full-time income that's coming in from their regular job, that's able to give them money so that they can build out their passion and invest in themselves. And a lot of times they have no idea where to start. So the one thing they do know is that they're going to need content. They're going to need photos. They're going to need video. And they come here because they don't have to do anything. They don't have to find lighting. They don't have to do all that stuff. They just have to show up and get what they need. And those type of people that's where that's where the majority of the money comes from.
Got you. And your objective is to double your income, right? To go from 5,000-6,000 to 12,000 to 20,000 a month, which is 4 times. I mean,
well, no. So we're doing 7 to 10. You're doing 7 to 10 now. Okay. 7 to 10,000 a month. I would like to be in the 20,000 a month. So on a good month, we're at 10,000. I want to double that. I want our months to be 20,000.
All right, let's get into it. What are the revenue models that you have right now? Like, what are the pricing that you have right now?
Sure. So we book at $119 an hour, and we did a 3% price increase for 2022. So we're at $119 an hour, and that goes up until once you get to 5 hours, you get a discounted hourly rate. So once you hit 5 hours that you need to book, it's $110 per hour.
Okay, hold on.
And people are booking.
So $119 an hour.
Correct.
For 1 hour. Do you have a minimum?
The minimum is 1 hour.
Okay, minimum 1 hour. I need to write.
But that's 1 to 4 hours, and then when they hit the 5th hour, that it goes down to 110 for all 5 hours, or does the 5th hour start 110?
It's for all. It starts, the entire hourly rate goes down to 110. So it's for every hour.
So 110 an hour for 5 or more hours.
Correct.
What else? What other revenue do you have?
That actually is it. So I've tried some different things. We had a membership community last year for small business owners, but that wasn't for them to use the space. That was me teaching them what I knew as a publicist.
How much was that?
That was cheap. That was $37 a month.
Okay. And you stopped doing that?
I did.
Good. Okay. Anything else?
We do rent out to production companies. So while the majority of our business is, like I said, the entrepreneurs that are booking to create their content, twice a month, about 2 to 3 times a month, we'll get a production company that needs to shoot in the space, and they're paying the same hourly rate, but they're booking like they're typically doing like a full day booking.
Yeah.
So it's not really
I'm
revenue
sorry, go
stream.
ahead, Donnie.
It's not a different revenue stream, but they're a different customer that uses the space.
But it's the same hourly rate, correct?
Same hourly rate. Yeah.
I know why you're making $7,000 to $10,000 a month, and I know why you're not making $20,000.
Okay.
Donnie, do you know?
I have a few ideas as to why Patrice isn't making $20,000 a month. Yes.
I guarantee it's going to be the same. I see the same thing that Donnie sees based on what I just wrote, and I'm going to let Donnie finish my point because we just be on the same page. What do you see, Donnie?
So number one, you are charging hourly. Right now, you only have one way to make money. The one way that you're making money, if first of all, your rate is just too low, right? Your rate is too low. They get the entire facility for that amount, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So your rate is incredibly too low. You have all of these different themed rooms that can A, either be leveraged by multiple people at a time, or B, be leveraged by one person for an entire, whatever their booking time frame is, right? And so I would create more so packages that allows you to utilize space A, B, and C, space A, D, and E. Number two, Dave, I would also talk about a day rate. I would definitely have a day rate because you've got production companies, and I'm assuming you mean major production companies that are coming in and filming content for less than it costs to get, a haircut, a good haircut these days. And so your rates, number one, are way, way, way too low, and you're giving way too much access for $119.
Yep. So based on these, this pricing structure, there's only a certain amount of money that somebody can give me. For an hour, the most you can make is $120 an hour, right? That's the most money that you can make, because if somebody comes to get the space, nobody else can use it.
Right.
Right. So here's what I'm going to suggest for you. Like Donnie said, like Quante said, we need to start creating packages.
I'm pretty sure that's Keontae, but go ahead.
What did I say?
Quante.
It's
okay. They understand. They know you better.
I might be silent. You never know.
The eye is not silent.
So packages. So right now you're selling an hourly rate, but you probably should be selling outcomes.
Yeah.
So I like when somebody comes in, there should be an option for them to give you $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So you understand PR, correct?
I do.
So when somebody comes to you and they say, I want to book out the space and we're going to role play and I'm going to fix the conversation as we go about it. I say, I am a chef and I want to use your space, Patrice. How can I do that? And you'll say what to me?
I'll say, oh my God, this space is great. We have this beautiful kitchen. And you can, in addition to getting the content that you need in the kitchen, you can use the rest of the space for all of your other content. Because you're going to
wrong answer.
Use and abuse the space.
Yeah,
you're not right. Holding out my space. You can hit it over there. And hit it over there.
Yeah.
Like you can just
take it all.
You're not holding out my space. The question I want you to do, I hope you're writing it down. Obviously, it's recorded, but you want to write it down. What is your ultimate goal? They think, like me coming in to cook, I think I want to cook something and put some stuff on YouTube. Where my real goal is to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month or get more clients, right?
Yeah.
So we're fixing your answer where it's not about you can use this, you can use that. You say, what is your goal? And I say, well, man, I got this idea to build out this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I just want to show people how I cook. What do you say?
I have a space for that.
No, you don't. Wrong answer. You want to ask another question, which is similar to the first question. What is your real goal? Because the person's real goal isn't to make YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that, right? Because you are in PR?
Yeah.
That's not their real goal, to make YouTube videos. Their real goal is probably what?
To be a food influencer and to reach a ton of people with what they can do.
Man, you talking good now, because that is my goal. How'd you know? Oh,
yeah.
And you say, yo, come on, man. You want to make YouTube video? No, you want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
You want people to recognize, and sometimes you got to paint a picture for them. Oh, you want to recognize, you want to be recognized. You probably had these ideas to have a cookbook. Let me see your social media. Then you're going to look on my social media, and what are you going to see 90% of the time when you, the PR representative, looks on my Instagram? What are you going to see?
Trash.
Trash.
The pictures are not going to be clear. It's going to be bad selfies. The food's not going to look appetizing. You're not going to be able to see their personality.
Absolutely.
I see it all the time.
And you know what you can do? You can solve that problem, can't you?
I sure can.
Here's what's crazy. Even if they give you $120 an hour or $110 an hour or whatever, they're going to come shoot the video. The video's probably going to look terrible, and they're going to post it on their social media. The way they post it's not going to look good. Then they're not going to get the result that they were hoping for, and then they're never going to come back to give you another $120 an hour.
Right.
That happens, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I know.
Yep.
Because the people that's coming in to use your studio is my avatar. That's Donnie's avatar too.
Right.
I know them. I know y'all.
Yep.
So now we have to try to identify how they can get to their goal. And it's not by renting out my space for $120 an hour. Because to follow up these videos that they're going to make, you have to make sure they're not coming in and shooting nothing with no crazy camera. You also have to make sure that they have, like, look at their profile picture. The picture of the food is more important than the video of them making it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's when we're getting into coaching and consulting. So, okay, here's what you really need. We need to set up a package where we're going to do 8 videos. I don't know how long this is going to take, but you measure it in your head. We're going to do a package of 8 videos. We're going to take pictures of you. I'm having my photographer come in and take pictures of the food after you make it. Now, how long does it take for the photographer to come in and take a picture of the plate after you make it? Not long. You can get somebody to shoot that, right? So let's say this is a whole nother idea. You're helping them to get to their goal for $5,000, $6,000 for the package.
Right.
You only need 4 of them.
Right.
Now imagine if your goal, your niche is food enthusiasts. Now it makes it easier. You find somebody that's an intern or something to find food enthusiasts in your area. And you take a picture, like a branding package of what you did with this one chef, with David. He came in thinking he needed video. But look at the quality of video that he has. Look at the edit that we did. Look at the photography. Look at the branding package we put together. I did a social media audit, and I'm monitoring your content.
Right.
This is a $5,000 package, and you're with me for 2 months, which now is about $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
If you have 6 clients paying you $2,500 to $3,000 a month, that's $18,000 a month consistently, where you ain't got to keep going back to get the money.
Right.
Because you know what's going to happen? After you give them these 8 sessions, which probably ain't going to take you 10 months because you can like package it in, right? But after they do that, they're going to run out of content. And guess what they got to do?
They got to come back.
Come back to mama. Come back to...
Yep.
Now that we have all these pictures of all this food, you send it to somebody on Fiverr for, I don't know, $50 and tell them
Yeah.
to put it in a book form and show them what a book would look like, a recipe book would look like. But now we need like 40 more recipes, chef.
Yeah.
Now we're selling the dream, not the hour.
Right.
This session is over. This episode is brought to you by.
This is it. This is done. So Dave just laid out a lot of good information, and I told you before we started that this is his time to shine. Okay.
Right.
Now he will continue because Dave gets into the weeds when it comes to content creation spaces. I want to make sure you are picking up everything he's putting down. Tell me where you are right now and hearing this. Are any wheels spinning? Do you immediately are you able to immediately identify something that you can take away from that?
Yeah, I think immediately I have to stop selling this space. I always say it's a space. And I'll tell you guys, so as a publicist, this is what I did for people. A chef, honestly, like I was the one putting together his branding, doing all of those things. But I didn't think I could do that and have the space, right? So I kind of stopped doing that because I just didn't want it to focus on the space and growing itself, or, letting the space grow and not having me to be that person. But even like, that's just like putting the systems in place. So creating the package, tweaking it, and then building a team around it.
So number one, you have to stand out from everybody else who has venues and spaces. That's not what you have. You have an entire content creation studio, right? And the way that you communicate that, you don't have a space. I do not have a content creation space. I don't have an event space. I have a content creators studio. And what does that mean? For people whose goal is to take their content to the next level for branding, for exposure, for packages, we provide a full service studio, right? So you can go anywhere, like Dave said, you can go anywhere. You can go into the most beautiful places and get some snapshots of photos. You could get a couple of good videos, right? Decent ones. But we're talking about high quality, studio quality images and videos that you can now take to go and get sponsorships and brand deals and to attract your ideal customer. There's a difference in the message that you have to communicate. And when people see that your rate is higher, your service fee is higher, you're able to immediately start saying that. First of all, the difference is we're not a content creation space. We're not a studio or space. We are a full service content creators. We are a full service content creators studio. And what that means is we help you put together full service content packaging from A to Z based on your goals. Now you have to ask yourself, how do I actually execute this? Well, the good news for you is that you have a background in with publicity, right? With PR. You understand PR and you understand the framework. So now I want you to dig into that PR briefcase, unpack that. And what do these brands need? Because you've walked into your own space before and you've seen people putting content together and you're looking at it like that's never going to work.
All the time.
It's never gonna work. They just made this I just made this $120, but that's never gonna work. And that doesn't help anyone. And like Dave says, if people are putting together content and then they're taking it and they're posting it or they're pitching it and they don't get any feedback from it or don't get any business or don't get any type of action from it, guess what? They feel like not that your space was a disservice for them. They feel they lack confidence in their brand altogether, and they're not going to your space or anybody else's space to shoot any additional content. They no longer feel like they need to invest in that. They're going back to their cell phones, back outside on the corner. I know because I've been there and done that, and I work with dozens of brands who have done the same thing. So you are a full service content creator studio who helps creators in whatever those spaces are, beauty industries, food and beverage industry, whatever that is, establish content that helps to communicate their branding clearly.
Right.
And you can template this, David. You don't even. I remember before the call, you said that you need to bring in someone to help you with some day-to-day things. This is something that you can completely SOP out. There are SOPs and templates that you use. Okay, you guys, so we've got a chef who's coming in this weekend. He's using the space for Saturday and Sunday. Here's the template for how we help the chef. Maybe you already have things in focus, or maybe you already have camera set up, or maybe you have a person on staff, whatever the case may be. But these are not things that you have to get super creative and go outside the box on. You template every single thing that you do. And then there's going to be some instances, quite honestly, where people feel like they have their own team. We want to discourage that as much as possible. But if you feel like you have it and you don't need our full packaging branding offers, then our studio is not $120 per hour. In fact, you cannot rent us hourly. We have a minimum 3 hours, 4 hours. So you're guaranteed. You cannot have your space. One booking, if you're only booked one booking in a day for 1 hour, you made $120. It's not worth the toilet flushes, the lights, or the heating and air for you to have that client. It costs you money to have that client in there. So you have to guarantee that one client puts you in profit mode for the day.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. So I think, and for anybody that's like really watching this, people can't pay you more money if you're not asking for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get comfortable asking people for $5,000. You got to get comfortable asking people for $6,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what's cool is, and sometimes hotels, they'll, like when we rent out hotels for events and stuff, they'll say, we'll sell you the room for, let's say, $10,000.
Right.
But if you do a $10,000 minimum of food, we'll give you the room for free.
Right.
Now, why would they do that? Well, the reason is they can guarantee the quality of the food, and they can say, our food is going to be amazing. In their head, they're like, no one's going to be sick from our food. We can guarantee the experience of the guests, because we want people to leave with an experience. So if you come into my hotel and you have your own chef and, I don't know, the food isn't good or get somebody sick, you're going to leave and say, oh, I was at that venue and I got sick when I... They're like, yo, just buy our food, you get the room for free. Or you can pay for the room for $10,000. It's up to you. And a lot of times it just makes sense because they're incentivizing you to use them for everything. Let us control the outcome of your event.
Yeah.
A lot of venues don't even let you bring in your own AV team.
Right. Right.
They don't allow it because they can't control the experience. So you want to be able to control the stuff that comes out. So I was telling you that opening, literally the same. Well, it's specifically for podcasters. The advice I'm going to give you is, you can do these brand packages for everybody, but I would lock in on a particular group of people.
Okay.
Because it's easier for you to go fish and find the perfect client for you.
Right. Right.
It's easier to run ads. Right. So if you are a chef and the video shows video of the chef, of the cooking area of your clients cooking it up and recording, and that gives them a visual, right? But if you have a package already together, that makes them feel like you already know what they need. So I'm going back and forth when I build out the studio, and I'm thinking to myself, do I want to charge people $100, $125 an hour for them to come in and record their podcast? And then I got this picture in my head. It's 6 o'clock. Somebody calls me and they say, I want to book it. And I got to leave my house or find somebody on my team to leave their house for 2 hours to make $300. I'm with my family. I got to make the call. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't, you could take this note. I don't want customers. I want clients.
Right.
Customers walk in your door and they just pay you for a service. Clients, it's very predictable income.
Yeah.
A client They come in this time, this week, this time, next week, and the week after. I can already schedule that. If I have chef clients, I already know what my month is looking like already.
Right.
So I can go get the videographers and the photographers and the hair and makeup if they need and all that kind of stuff and say, next Thursday, we got this client. I need y'all here.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier to be able to count your money before it comes versus trying to find more income.
Right.
So I told myself, I'm looking for podcasters, and there's going to be one package, and we shoot your podcast, we edit your podcast, we upload your podcast for you. I do all the stuff that I know you don't want to do.
Yeah, but they need it. They have to have it.
You need it.
And they don't know how to do it.
Here's what's crazy. So obviously we'll take like clips out of their podcast and like give them clips for their social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Once they get so used to not having to do anything but show up, they're not about to start shooting at their house where they got to find a videographer, find a hair and makeup, find this. They're not going to do it because we already gave them a branding.
Right.
They'll pay me forever.
They'll pay you forever.
Stop.
They got to stay top tier.
And if you walk somebody from the journey of, I have an idea of cooking to, they got a whole YouTube channel set up. In their head, they think a YouTube channel is so complicated, but you know, all you need is an email address.
Right.
And like a thumbnail. How much does it cost for you to do a thumbnail after they already paid you to do the photography? You get that thumbnail made and they're like, yo, my brand looks amazing already.
Yep.
They'll never leave you.
Right.
Okay. So I want to take a look at a couple of things. I want some action steps right away. So we're talking about, Dave gave a lot of great advice. You got some good stuff here. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make sure that this new plan of action or this direction, this angle that we're going to go with now matches what you're actually putting out. And so if we're going to go, essentially what you're about to do is enter into the Lux experience of content creation. Write that down. That's a seller. That's going to sell. The Lux experience of content creation. But I need Camp Spaces, your business. I need your content to showcase a Lux experience. So Dave, I'm looking at Camp Spaces Instagram page right now. And I am not, based on what I am seeing here, we're showcasing other people's content. I'm sure that they've shared. I am not yet feeling the Lux experience here. So what I want you to do is have some professional videography. The building is beautiful from the exterior, right? I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, I wish we had seen that. The angle though could be a little bit better. And it's just going to be the way that you position yourself from a marketing perspective. And even with the way that building looks, just like right now, I love how you have the window that says Black women are the ultimate creators, but that does a couple of things. Number one,
I took that off. That was last year. That's not up anymore.
What's there right now?
BU.
Okay, so I saw that on another photo. What I would recommend that you do is make the exterior of that building content worthy itself, right? So in that window, you have an opportunity to create something that's content worthy where people are stopping by, they know your spot, and they want to stop and take a picture in front of that window, whether you're open or not. And you have people tagging you all over Instagram because they're excited to get a picture or video taken in front of that window. Then I'm noticing as you're taking us on tours throughout the space, we're moving real fast with the cell phone. I think we're moving real fast throughout the space, and I can barely see what it is that I want to see about the space. So I would recommend that we bring in a team. We bring in a team. We bring in a PR team, right? And we get some great quality images, some great quality video, and actually slow it down. Maybe describing what these spaces can be used for. But because we're branching off into the Lux content creation experience, I have to see that resonate here on your social media. And I have to see it also do the same thing on your what do you call it? Your website. Just a couple of little things like that outside area. We can blow those leaves away and make it look really nice and sophisticated. Little touches like that are going to add another $500 to $1,000 to the experience, because what you provide is top notch. It's just not the open venue that people can get anywhere.
Right.
I'm trying to go to the page, but I don't.
Which page? The IG?
Yeah, I'm trying to like. I'm.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, guys. I'm gonna get there. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure this thing out.
I want everybody, though, while Dave is figuring that out, go ahead. Let's all go ahead and support Patrice and go over to her Instagram page. I just saw your followers go up by several as I'm looking on my phone right now. So let's go ahead and get over on that page at Camp Spaces, CampSpaces. You'll see it here on the screen. And we're happy to take your feedback and comments in the comment section here on the Brain Picker podcast. Also, if you are in the DC area, DC and Baltimore area,
Virginia, DMV.
Okay. So, listen, she is about to execute, and I am gathering, Patrice, that you are an executor. You take action immediately. So y'all better go ahead and book your content creation sessions in her current space, because the space is going away.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
The space is elevating.
100%. Okay, give us our brains are still open. You might have some questions. What you got?
This is crazy.
Lot.
Okay. I think
while you're coming out with that, I gotta show some love to Dr. Gage Boardingham for the super chat. $99.99. Good luck. We appreciate that, family. That's love. Okay,
we got another one too. We had another one. Hold on. Somebody gave us $3 and I lost it, but
that was earlier. We already shouted them out. No, we didn't. Mukbang Mermaid. Shout out.
Mukbang. We appreciate you.
Oh, thanks for the love. All right, what we got? Talk to me.
Okay, so even just kind of looking at I'm looking at my Instagram, right? It says a studio for creating content. So is that like where the updated messaging should start? Like that should be where it says, Lux experience for content creation. And then it's packages only. Like when someone wants to book and when someone wants to build their brand with Camp, are they clicking a link and paying for a package? Are we no longer?
Real quick, yeah, you can use an hourly option, but again, I would put a minimum on it. And Dave, you can chime in on if you agree with that, because everybody's not going to want the full service, but the full service is what's going to sell your minimum hourly packages, right? Not the other way around. Okay, right. Number one. Also, if I am you, I am thinking of an acronym for the word camp, because honestly, it's throwing me off. Right. When I hear Camp Spaces, I am not thinking a content creation studio, but you have the perfect letters to work with to think of something that can make that flow and make sense. Right. Yes, I would be changing out studio for creating content, because let's just be honest. Everybody is a content creator right now, and everybody's trying to tap into the market of providing a service to content creators. So let's really, really put something unique there. Yes, Dave.
Can y'all see? Can y'all see the screen?
Or no? We can't. I see you though. I see you.
Never mind. I tried.
Yeah. And then also, I've seen on the IG a little bit, a lot of emphasis specifically on Black women, and so that could also be a deterring message from Black men. If this is a Lux content creators studio for Black content creators, cool. But right now I'm really getting the message that it's for Black women and not all inclusive. So let's be really, really clear on what that's about. Sometimes, and I'm not saying all the time, right? I am pro Black business, but sometimes if it doesn't matter to our target audience, we have to be careful how we utilize that and leverage it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a post all fired up and ready to go. That if you have to lead with that I'm a Black business, it's a red flag. So I would start with full service branding agency.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
I will go full service branding agency. And I'm saying that because some people think they need a studio, but they really need a branding agency.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't even know that they need a studio, but they know they need a branding agency.
Right.
Because they're coming to me because I need some help with my brand, my brand. So we could do full service branding agency. I don't know, full service studio, and kind of have them both on there. I would take the
Full service
open
branding
6.
experience. You could also
Mhm.
utilize that and then have 3 pillars. So let's say you went with full service branding agency or full service branding experience. You could have 3
Mhm.
pillars that says something like studio,
Yep.
agency, or studio, director, whatever those names are in your
Right.
industry. Put 3 pillars so I understand when I see here full service branding agency or full service branding experience. I understand the 3 ways that you help me right away.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I see full service branding agency. Another line would be full service content creation studio, or just content creation studio. They
Mm-hmm.
know it's a content creation studio, right? I would
Right.
take off brand shoot video and podcast studio,
Okay.
unless we're gonna do brand shoots, video, podcast studio, and more. I would take off events hashtag camp spaces because that's for you. Nobody else knows what that means.
Yep.
I would take off open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. I would take that
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
Do you be there at 6 o'clock in the morning?
No, I'm never here. It's all pretty automated. But people can book it that early.
Someone's there at 6 o'clock every day?
Sometimes no, so it's automated. So when you book it, you get a door code. The alarm is off. We do have a Nest camera, so there is 24-hour surveillance. But you come in, you do your thing, and then you leave and you lock up. And I'm monitoring it from my cell phone. But yeah, I'm rarely here.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I would definitely go there. I mean, you got some good content. You got some really, really good content on this page. The photography is super clean.
And so these are all customer generated. So when people book, they get an automated email after their session. They get an automated email that says, "Please send us your content so we can feature you, and we'll send you a coupon code to shoot it
That's
to
good.
record it." So they send us all of this stuff.
I would book it.
I will book it, and then you can even do something better with the call to action in that follow-up email, and saying, "Hey, please send us your content, and then also book your next session here." I would include something like, content. We recommend that content is refreshed every 90 days. We recommend that you refresh your content every 90 days. Go ahead and book your session here to secure your space. And then do the same exact thing for people who actually send in content. Thank you so much for sending in content. We recommend that your content is refreshed every 90 days. Go ahead and book your session here.
Yep. That's good. Questions?
Gotcha.
Questions?
I'm still. I would love to talk more about what the packages look like, right? Because I'll tell you guys, again, this is exactly what I would do for a client, a PR client. They would come to me. I would get them the brand shoot, set all, do all the things. I don't do that for any of the people that come into space though. But I know it needs to happen because that's what they need. That's my area of expertise. And I feel like I've been going back and forth with it for a long time, but this is confirmation.
Yep.
I'm still seeing it as me doing it for everybody, which I know that's not it, right? Because there's a way to get this done. You just have to bring in a team. So I don't even know what my question is. I think just what does it like? So they'll sign on. Let's say they don't want to do the hourly thing. They want the full shebang. What all am I giving them? Like, am I paying for the photographer? I'm bringing the videographer? They're coming to us for everything, and they're just walking away with this folder of everything we help them create, and then they're going to do that every quarter.
Yes. Let me help you. Okay. I think let me go here. Let's clear this off. So they're coming to you for a reason.
Yes.
And let me just come into the forepiece. Okay. They're coming to you for a reason where they're probably going to need video.
Yep.
But video also needs video, which is called behind the scenes.
BTS. Yep.
And when you create the content, you also have another videographer that you are going to pay these people. Okay. But it's coming out of what they pay you.
Big pot. Exactly.
Cool. So photography during,
Yep.
and obviously if it's food, of the finished product.
Right.
Let's just say that's why it's so easy when you have a niche.
A target person, right?
Yeah, because you know exactly what they need, right?
Yep.
Branding consults, social media audit. Now, this is really audit. Yeah, this is really big because in a client's mind, a social media audit seems like it's much more than I'm looking at your page and telling you what's wrong.
Right.
When in actuality, you're looking at their page, telling them what you see that can be fixed.
Yep.
Right? So the branding consultation, that really, I'm about to dig into your business. I'm going to let you feast on my brain. I'm going to give you my ideas, all the stuff that's going on in my head to get you to another level. And they're going to be just like you sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
So I never thought about that because you ain't me. They don't have the background you got, right? They don't have the perspective that you have. Right? So first off, one of the questions is like how identifying what the big goal is. If someone says they want to have their own cooking show, that positions the conversation a little differently than y'all want to create some content, because how much would you want to create some content or pay for some content? Probably $100 something an hour. But how much are you willing to pay to get on TV or to have your own show? Well, it's going to take a little more than $120.
Right.
So here's the thing. I can get you your own show ready. Or if the goal is to have my own cooking book or whatever, we still got to get you ready for people to buy it. They need to see you actually cooking something. Tell them like, yo, we'll have a stand-in. If you don't have a friend eating the food, say, this is delicious. I like that. Real live and engagement. And you're just giving them more ideas.
That's good right there. And you take that beyond cooking. You take that to your coaches that says, hey, you're coming to put together your coaching package, branding shoot. We have stand-ins that will sit down with you and model as your client, right? So you can get some feedback. People have a hard time finding that, but you have people who are professional, ready. They look the part. They're ready to go. They know what to do to show up.
Yeah.
You know what's the least valuable thing that you're offering? Video and pictures. The magic is here.
Right.
That's the magic. When they sit across from you and you identify what they need. So I don't know if I can tell you the package, but I mean, you know in your head like a core package or whatever, and it changes based on who it is, right?
Right.
So if somebody is a very beginner, it's different than somebody that comes in that's already lit.
Right.
And now you got some relationships.
Right.
PR relationships. That you can take some of their assets and kind of walk them in the door. But you know when they walk away, you're going to offer, it's thousands of dollars is what I'm asking you for. I just don't know how much right now. I don't know how many thousands, but it's going to be thousands. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Get out of the $110 an hour because that's what you're asking for right now.
Yeah.
So this is a good, and you'll take it back to your team and identify what you really need. But this is a good template for packaging.
Yeah.
Right?
And right now you are the team, right, Patrice? Yes. You're going to take this back to you and your husband and rewatch this video together. And a good place to start is saying, hey, I have this experience in PR. What do I know the best? What can we actually start doing right now without having to necessarily invest more from a business perspective, right? So what equipment do we already have access to? What type of direction and strategy can I give that just comes naturally and easily to me, right? We know that you can audit the social media very quickly. Hey, okay, we have packages where we come in and we'll professionally audit your social media. We'll also audit your branding and give you guidance and feedback. And maybe you're also giving resources that are local or not local to help them.
Right.
You don't necessarily, right now you're a one-woman show, so you don't necessarily have to be the person that does it necessarily. Okay. It's also a lot of value in the consultation. So for example, with my clients, really quickly, shout out to Stephen, I believe that's Namani, for the $5 super chat.
I'm about to take it because we got some 99.99s. Vision Avant in the building.
Vision Avant for $99.99. The Historic Apparel for $19.99. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Didn't want you to fall off before we acknowledged you, but don't forget that one of the beauties about doing what we do is that we get to decide how deep we want to go in on something, right? Mm-hmm. And right now, today, you don't necessarily have the team to necessarily do all of the things, right? But you do, in your one mind, you do have the ability to put together a template. So for example, with coaching clients, I know how my first call is going to go with every single coaching client. It's the same thing. And people pay me thousands of dollars for that, right? So I have my initial onboarding call. From that initial onboarding call, we put together a project management board or client board. We've identified their goals. We've identified what they're looking to accomplish. We've agreed on maybe the 3 to 5 areas that I'm going to help them this year. And then we start doing the work from that. So maybe you're doing something very similar and you're saying, hey, we're not, our ideal client is not someone who's coming to, rent the studio space for an hour or two. What we're really looking to do is help you to create your overall brand packaging, right? And so what we do is a strategic audit of your branding that you have right now, or maybe you can submit your branding ideas so we can make sure that the content that you're creating here is in alignment with where you want to go as a brand. We're going to do a social media audit, and you can facilitate this different ways. They can come into your office since you have an office, and you can communicate this face to face. You can have them submit all of their content to you, whatever you need to analyze, and you can do a Loom video where you're going over and saying, okay, here's what I see. Here's some things that I would suggest. So here's how I want you to be prepared for your branding session with us on Saturday. Right. And you're giving them some suggestions. So based on what I see here, we think that you should go in this direction, this direction, this direction. And all of it is kind of like a consultation that leads up to the big day. And on the big day, you've got your videographer, you've got your photographer, you've got people making them feel like a superstar. And they're creating, and at the end of the day, they're getting their imaging and everything that they've done, but they feel like, I'm doing real business. I feel like a superstar. I came with direction, because how many people show up and get there and they're like, okay, I don't even know where we're starting.
Exactly.
So that's, if it were me, if I'm offering that service, I am not doing the work, especially when I was a one-woman show. I'm not doing the work. You may grow into that if that's the lane that you want to choose to go into, but the consultation and direction is just as important and just as valuable.
Yep. And I think I was going through it, Moments with Shantae King. That was actually the suggestion. We were going to go through this right now, when she said, slot for each person, what would charge MUA, videographer, photography, like that.
Right.
So we'll have the conversation with our videographer and say, how much do you charge per hour? Because this is the same process I went through. As I'm coming up with the number of what it's going to cost for me to run a whole podcast, I have a number for my VA who's going to edit the videos. And I'm like, yo, how many videos can that person edit per day? And my boy was like, 5. I said, oh, he could do 5 a day, 5 days a week, 25. So this person can facilitate 25 podcasts per month. At what rate? And he gave me a monthly rate. I said, unbelievable.
Got it.
Really? Oh, say less. So what we'll do, you have some videographers in your city?
I do. I have a ton.
Oh, absolutely.
Videographers, how much they charge, let's say per hour. Photography, how much they charge per hour. MUA, how much they charge per hour. Now, here's where you have to start to gauge it. Like, how many hours is it going to take for you to give this client what they're looking for?
Right.
Make sense? So let's
Right.
say this videographer is going to charge you, I don't know, $50 an hour if you can give them some consistent work, because
Yeah.
you got to find the ones that ain't like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's say it's
Not
going
in
to
Atlanta.
be, oh yeah, for sure. So
Not in
let's
LA.
say they're going to charge you $75 an hour to shoot. This client that comes in, let's say, okay, we need about 8 hours to get this done. How long does it take you to cook a meal? Let's say 8 hours. We can do 6 videos in 8 hours, right? So now you owe this person this is $3, $6, $900. Is that right? 3, 6, 9, 1,200. 1,200 for 8 hours. Is that right? No, heck no, that ain't right. 8 hours. 2 hours is 150. 4 hours is 300. 600. 300.
600.
Yeah. So $600 for this client. Let's say the makeup artist, they'll stay for a couple hours to refresh their face. Let's say you got to give them another $400. For 8 hours, it's going to cost you $1,000.
Yep.
Well, if you're charging $6,000, you got some wiggle room in there. Get a photographer in there.
Yeah.
Makes sense? But it's going to have to you have to customize this conversation. Say, this is what you're going to need. This is what you're going to need. This is what you're going to need. I'm going to have the videographer take out some clips of it and make a little recap video of the post and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the person that knows how to cook doesn't even know where to begin to find somebody to pull a clip out and make a recap video or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. And David, I got to say template, right? So once you start here and identify the price that the videographer is going to charge, look, I need a package for 5 videos, 10 videos, 20 videos. Okay. I need to know those prices. Those are your packages, the videos, the photos, blah, blah, blah. Those are your packages. Then you're going to get somebody like me who says, well, I need something a little bit more customized than that. Oh, now we're talking money. Oh yeah, we can do it. But now we're talking money. The thing is, though, your videographer and your photographers are already secured at a rate that you've predetermined. Right. So now when you're talking about increasing your bottom line, increasing your profit margins, we can start talking about customizing some packages, and then what customizations are you going to do? And even internally, those are templated. So, now when you've got sales team calling in or taking these calls and booking these clients, we know what customizations we can do and can't do. So people aren't calling you like, hey, Patrice, they want to go outside 5 miles away and then come. No, we don't do that.
No, we don't. Right.
So you need to determine what are the rates. Hey, videographer, hey, photographer, this is what I want to do. How much is it going to be if a client does 5 videos for 60 seconds each, right? And then we give them a 3-minute recap of their entire day, and they have maybe 8 edited photos, because we got to tell them, we don't want to keep using. You're going to have you're going to have someone behind the scenes with a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff. But the reality is, people want all these pictures, and they're only going to use 5 from that shoot, which is then when you sell your membership.
Talking good. You talking good.
That's then when you sell your membership. And now that we've done this first shoot, you feel amazing. Now we have a membership that gives you, number one, first dibs on availability. So every month when we open the new calendar, you get it first. You have the option to book. Number 2, you get a blank % discount off of your service because you've done business with us at full price already as a member. And that membership can continue to be like a $37 a month, because for something like this where they're paying you top dollar for the service, you want the membership to be an amount that they forget about. We don't even see it come out of the bank account. I agree to it, I want it, but I don't even see it. And as an added perk, what's the one added perk that you can add for the membership that may not necessarily cost you any more money? So members might get access earlier in the day, or they may get access later in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Simple things that make me say, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. I want a membership.
Yeah.
Print out get some little key ring badges made, just like in LA Fitness. People at the Nest, when they're coming in, they want to come in late night hours for it. Maybe their membership gives them an hour to just come in the studio and brainstorm. Whatever it is, they show their badge at the window, they get on in, they're a member.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to monetize this, and Dave and I could go on and on and on and on about how, but what I don't want to do is overwhelm you with ideas. I want you to pick one thing that you're going to start with and take action on right away. So based on what we have, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Number one, give me one action item, one thing that you're going to do toward the business model, not toward a to-do list, but when we're thinking now about the direction that we're taking the business model, give me one action item that we're focused on right now.
Price out these brand packages. Price out and really outline what can feasibly be offered to that customer, that client, not customer, that client that needs to create their brand.
Your creator. When agents are working with athletes, they're their athlete, their client. They're your creators, and I want you to get in the habit of using this language and calling people what they are, because it makes people feel really, really important. And when you make me feel important, I am more willing to pay you top dollar. Okay. I have a bunch of creator clients that we're meeting with, blah, 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 blah. Maybe and David, I know we got to go, but maybe even your membership includes a monthly like coffee hours or something via Zoom, where the community manages that themselves. Dave, you can use it, where all the creators get in there themselves, and they're looking at each other's content or giving each other ideas for content. But this is all you do is send out the link.
Right.
And you put someone from within the community or anyone else, and they manage that. All it is a conversation. And these are things that make you feel really valued as a client. It's like, not going to any other salon, because I know there's people who do better hair. I know there's people who are closer to my house, but the service is unbeatable. The offerings are unbeatable. So we get it. You're pricing out your packages. I need one takeaway.
This is not a space. I'm not selling a space. And I used to be so hell bent on, I have a brick and mortar, but that does not matter. We're creating creators and giving them everything they need to flourish and present themselves to their own customers. So that their brands can be elevated, so that they can grow. So, obviously, like we said earlier, these people are on social media because they want to build that. They want that clout. They want to be the people. So I'm giving them that.
But you just said something so key. I want you to write it down, and I want you to work with it. At first, you said we're creating creators. And then you said you're elevating. You are not creating creators. They're already creators. You are elevating. You are elevating creators. I want you to take that, and I want you to work with that.
Okay.
Yep. You are set and ready to go.
You are ready to go.
Really, the fact that you are, why the first time somebody paid me $30,000 for a program, do you know why they paid me?
Because you helped them see what they didn't think they could see, but what they couldn't figure out before, possibly, or they saw in you what they want.
They actually paid me $30,000 because I offered it.
You asked for it, right?
They couldn't give me $30,000 before. Right. And now that it's available, they can. They can now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The only reason people haven't given you $20,000, $30,000 is because they can't.
Never ask for it. Yeah, they can't.
There's nothing they could pay you for to get. I did a photo. We're wrapping up. God, all right, now we gotta go because
I know we gotta go,
we
baby.
gotta go.
I know we gotta go.
We're getting the weeds of this thing. So, was this value? I just need to know: was it valuable? Did it help you? Did you waste your money? Did you waste your time? I just need to know.
Not at all. It is so valuable, absolutely amazing, and I'm really excited. It's an entirely different viewpoint.
Yeah.
That I needed. I think it was kind of always percolating in the back, but this brought it to the forefront. Like, girl, you got to do it.
You got to do it.
Got to do it.
It's
got to do it.
All right. So
ending these, Dave, because there's so much more I can say.
There's so much more.
We can't give you everything. We can't give you everything that we have in an hour. We just can't. We could be here. First of all, this is our sauce. Okay. We could be here all night long talking about this business model, but we also want you to go out there and take action. So, God, okay, we're done. For real, we're done.
Well, look, thank you so much, Patrice. Hopefully it's been valuable for you. We look forward to this. Would probably be one of the easiest testimonials that we get, because once you just have something else for people to buy, someone will buy it, and you'll send us a message and say, yo, my first $6,000 client or $5,000. This is an easy win if you offer it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Offer. When I offer.
Yeah, when you offer. There it is. So thank you so much. Make sure you give us a testimonial. We want to know, like, give us a couple days or a week. Hit us back and let me know what happened, okay?
Okay, 100%. I will do that.
There it is.
And you have access to us. So we've been texting you. You can text us back. Let us know. You can email us. Just please let us know what you came up with and the win that you've had in the next 7 days.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
That shirt, somebody just said that shirt is hard. You saw that shirt?
Not yet.
That shirt is hard. Thank you. I really want one. So, okay. All right. Do your thing, and we will hear from you shortly, okay?
Yes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. If you guys are, like, if y'all watching this and you know that you want to do it, but you're scared, lock in, book it. You need to have them help you. You got to pick these brains. Do it. It's worth it.
God, that's a commercial right there. Make sure y'all go follow Camp Spaces. Do me a favor. If you're listening right now, I want y'all to go show some love to Camp Spaces. Y'all see the Instagram in there, Camp Spaces. Show some love. Let her know that she is going to be amazing. Encourage her. Just show her some love. All right. She is an entrepreneur doing her thing. All right. And if y'all in the area, DMV area, make sure you go see her in the flesh. All right. We will holler at you later.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
No problem. Bye. No problem.
Bye. Hey, Dave, we predicted that this episode was going to be one of our best before we started.
There was so many technical difficulties.
Yo, guys. We had so many I couldn't even join the coaching session. I couldn't even join the session for like 15 minutes. And then Dave couldn't get some stuff working on his end. He had so many technical difficulties that could have made us reschedule it, but we kept trying, and we knew that it would be one of the best.
In here, man. First off, we gotta give some quick shout outs to Tamisha Weaver for the super chat, Dr. Gage Boardingham for the $99 super chat, Mukbang, we appreciate you, family. A sister of ours, Vision Avance, appreciate the love. My brethren, him 500, recession proof, marketing through his $49 donation.
I cannot.
Yeah, I love that guy. Goodness gracious. The Historic Apparel with the $19.99, and then Stephen Namani for $5. We appreciate it. No, you rock. Donnie, I can't wait to get some more Brain Picker podcast. We got a few coming up, y'all. We would love to coach you. We would love to break your business apart, and this will be the best investment you've ever made. BrainPickerPodcast.com, right, Donnie?
BrainPickerPodcast.com, and I see a couple of questions saying, how do we submit to get to be a guest on the show? It's really, really simple. So for the BrainPickerPodcast.com, all you do is for the Brain Picker Podcast, all you do is go to brainpickerpodcast.com and pick any date on the calendar. So Dave and I, our schedules, like when we put it out, some opportunity always comes up. So just pick any date on the calendar. Me or David or us both will reach out and confirm your date. So if you don't see the date that you want, don't worry about it. We can make things happen to get a date that works with you. brainpickerpodcast.com. There is a fee to be coached by us on this particular Brain Picker podcast session. And that fee right now is $3,000. And you hear it every single day. Every single episode that we release, we just took Patrice from charging $119 for an hour to $5,000 or more for a client. So as soon as she secures that first client, David, it is up from there and the investment turns into a profit.
That's a fact. Yeah, you cannot put a price on good advice and good coaching. You
can't.
But we did.
Yeah. Well, you don't have an opportunity to work with us on a one-on-one level anymore. Obviously, we both have high ticket groups that you can be a part of, and mentorship groups, things like that, at a much higher investment amount. So if you need coaching in your business and you need to get straight to the point, no fluff, just like Patrice did today, brainpickerpodcast.com, pick any date, and me or David or both will confirm that date with you, and you'll be right here.
Yep. And all you need is a laptop or a cell phone, okay? And I know it seems like this fancy software and technology, but you don't need none of that. You just need a laptop or a cell phone. We send you a link. You join the link, and you'll just pop up on the screen, and you'll just be in there. We're just going to be talking, and we're going to be live on YouTube where mad people can see what you're doing out here. There's hundreds of people that saw this episode, and there will be thousands that see it because we keep it on YouTube. Really
yep. So this is coaching for your business growth and exposure for your business growth as well through leveraging our platform. So that's all we got, you guys. This has been another amazing episode of the Brain Picker Podcast with myself, Donnie Wiggins, and my amazing host, David Shands. We love this version. So keep us booked and busy so we can keep y'all winning.
Absolutely. All right, we are out of here. Peace.
Bye.